Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing well. We're playing some Out of War today. We're on the underground mine. I'm calling it insane mode because it's always dark and hard to see. If you missed that last episode, you'll want to check it out. We dropped in a hopper here and fed it over to our original processing, and we bought the biggest loader in the game, and we're moving tons of stuff. Now we're trying to get some space so we can actually move around. And we're going to need a light down here. Let's see what we got in storage here. I hope you guys are doing well. Appreciate you hanging out with me. We got one cable, which may be enough. Let's buy one light for now. Light. So we did spend over $1 million on the lift. Is it going to make it to the next light? It is. All right. So the way you have to do the settings on this game is you got to make it basically night very slow, daytime very fast. That way you're pretty much always nighttime. Because even if you're underground like this and it's daytime, it'll be daylight. So in my opinion, it doesn't give you the accurate, feeling of being underground. This kind of forces you to use your lights. So kind of like a challenge. Not a lot of space, right? Got to make my own space. Got to, if you've watched the series from the beginning, you'll see we did struggle a little bit at first. Once we got that second line in there, we were able to start producing bars. There was a lot of ore down here. A little bit wonky over here. A little bit hard to get to for now. It won't be. Once we get a little bit farther up, we can actually start turning around. Got to start working on a mesh ceiling soon. Guys, don't forget to check out the channel. Lots of Out of War on the channel. We are seeing a lot of ores and we are seeing some solid rock. We are direct selling our gravel. And our blasted rock that we're turning into gravel, we're selling straight up, just like we would at dirt. I don't have a water source right now, so we're just buying the concrete. We're just moving massive amounts of material right now very quickly. This was all copper when we checked. Copper is the most valuable thing that we found right now. We're starting to get back into solid rock again. I'm trying not to dig this down too deep right here on the edge. That copper has more of a green tint to it. If you think of a penny, they start turning green. That's because they're made out of copper, or they used to be. I think there's still a percentage of copper now. Now pennies are no longer a thing. They've stopped making them. We're working on trying to make us some space. Also, all right. Sorry about that. On my second video here, and things are getting out of control. Lost my mouse pad, my mouse. I'm doing this on the keyboard, so. After a couple videos in a row, my arms are going to sleep, and it's a lot easier on a controller. Now I was having camera issues with the controller, but there was a fix for that. I think I just have my controller in storage, so I haven't really tried it. I need to make that happen, but it's been so crappy weather here in Ohio. On my days off work, I've been trying to stay indoors. I'm doing a good job of it as well. Let's see if we can get some of this. not really, it's bothering me with the camera view. It may be easier to do after we get turned around here. Started hitting solid rock back in here on this side. Alright, we probably need to go ahead and we are making money on our gravel whenever we're getting crushed rock. We're going to need to go ahead and get some more stuff in the smelter here. Four complete stacks. All right. $50,000 basically. All right, we got all kinds of stuff over here. So, if you've been watching the series, you already know this, but the iron sells for $454,000 a stack, the bars. The copper sells for $664,000. So just like that, we're at $3 million. Now, one of the things you can do for space, which I have not done yet, is obviously you can use Dramite, but you can use these right here, these plowshares. Now I did use that's how I started this map, and that's what a plowshare will make, that big circle, and it's a big sphere and it deletes everything. So at this point I don't want to do it again because it's hard to recover and hard to start from. So I do want to figure out what we're going to do to kind of start securing the ceiling, you know. I haven't really got that far yet. So I don't know if it's trying to run something up the other side. Once we get over here, we could start clearing back out this direction, which we're probably getting close to doing that, honestly. I'm just trying to clear it up high too as well. Starting to see that solid rock again. Solid rock. Let's go ahead and blast again. I'm going to go to snap build. We'll snap it to the surface here. I think that's ore over there. Yeah, if you blast ore, you'll get a lot of it, a big pile of that. Alright, we'll work on getting around here. Oop. Stuck like Chip. All right. We need to get some material in there. It's not moving. All right. We got 3 more stacks to sell. It's another 1.4 million. You know, this was a big investment. We had to buy the land. We had to get it started. So it's nice to see our money coming back to us. This loader that we're driving is over $1 million. So it's got to pay for itself, you know. No handouts. If we go back to about this storage, guys, let me know what views you like. This view is not really fun for me, I'll tell you that, but it's interesting. I kind of like it, but it's just I don't know if I'm dumping it in the right spot or not, honestly. If I had a 4x4 there, 4 grid, I could feel better about it. What I normally do is this one, but sometimes the walls kind of get in the way. But I want you guys to be able to see what's going on. Trying to dig back to where we can start turning around. We're getting there. Yeah, we're getting there. We just gotta keep working at it here. All right, looks like we're getting mostly copper right now, which is worth more money, so that 5X is working fine. The copper is over here to the right. Earlier, this looks like all copper over here. There's some iron too. Trying to keep this as level as possible so we don't have to put concrete down. The money's ticking up steady because of the gravels being sold instantly. Any of this crushed rock, blasted rock, solid rocks getting turned into gravel. Digging. Guys, again, do appreciate you hanging out with me today. Make sure you are subscribed. Lots of out of ore on the channel if you're digging out of ore, literally. I've been putting everything newer in the 2026 folder, but if you watch them in order, you'll see the progression through a lot of the maps. We do have a Scandinavian hard play out there, and it was tough to get to any kind of good loot. Cut a lot of trees down early on. I don't want to go back to those days where I'm chopping trees and trying to make planks. Oh. Again, copper is 664,000. Try to go up this side here. Don't want to take out our power grid. Oh, we don't want that in there. That might clog up the machine. Luckily, we cannot take out the electric because we would have just done that. That would be a pretty cool dynamic to add too. If you ran into an electric line, it would short out. Try not to waste it. Get all that money. When it comes to money, I always like the Mr. Krabs mentality. Money, 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 money. Grid build. All right. Okay. Move material. Move material. Melt material. Box material. Sell material. It's like a rent and repeat process. Move dirt. Move more dirt. Move more dirt. We got the autosave going on. A good time to get an opportunity to get a drink. Rest my poor old out of shape arms. that's tired from playing a video game. Shame on me. Alright. So another 454,000. We're over 6 million. Again, we're selling. So if I walk you through the plan here, you can't see it from above. This is the hole that I drilled down to get to it. There's nothing up top. You can see my lift. That's actually underneath. So in this situation, the best way, so we got, obviously we're using coal, and it is going down very slowly, which is good. We're not finding any coal yet. So I did have some smelters in here, but you know, again, this is building the side of the mountain. Wouldn't mind making that a little better at some point. Here's the original hopper. I brought it up. This is a one of them is a crusher, a jaw crusher, which turns solid rock into crushed rock, and then the crushed rock, this turns crushed rock into gravel. So, no, I lied to you. This is the ore sorter. No, this is the, yeah, this, that was right. This is the this is the metal ore sorter that's shooting the metal out this side over here. So the ore, the straight ore is coming over here and going into this storage. The whatever's coming out of the crusher is going right into the sell point. Now, this, all this is doing is feeding into right here. So it's going through the same plant. It's just, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to, I was trying to keep it right up this side, but when I go to make the turn, it misses. It would have landed here. So, unfortunately, we had to change that around. How we did it there. Start doing at least one row of floors on this side for now. Again, I think we go, once we get this cleared out a little more, we start doing some sort of sealing. Aha, I didn't even see you there. We start doing some sort of mesh sealing across here. I don't know. Problem is, it is going to be a pretty big span. With no no support. And we'd want to get up there to do that. We want to get on top. So maybe it's better to start it from this side. I don't know. We got to figure it out. That way we can kind of lock it up. We also could do a smaller tunnel this direction. Once we get it cleared out, though, we can add more processing. We don't have a lot of functions right now. If we can find a coal deposit also and level it off, we can start getting water. We're getting iron so we can make barrels. So really we don't need... So if you look at oil, you've got the oil pump, which has to be on coal. The oil derrick, you can add barrels to this and we can start getting water. And what that water will do is allow us to make concrete with our gravel. We don't have to sell our gravel. We can stop selling our gravel and store it and then make our own concrete, so we're not spending all of our money, you know, on concrete that we're making. So, you know, craft our own concrete basically. So I do appreciate you guys. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you are subscribed. Until next time, have fun digging that dirt. I'm out of here.